Dipper grabbed the girls, spinning them around. There was no time to explain everything that happened, not even close, at least until they weren't actively in danger. He showed them the flower, Mabel taking what he said in stride, Gwen barely able to focus on the page from the disbelief in her brain mounting. "Found one!" Mabel shouted, pointing to one growing against the back of a tree. Dipper pulled her away, signaling for Ben to set the thing ablaze, which he did, with one last fireball. The explosion of steam and water was far bigger than the last one. It extinguished every bit of fire in the area, including the ones on Ben's body. A flash of red light soon covered him as he reverted back to his normal self. The watch, now on his wrist, had a red tint to it. On the way back, the boys would explain, in between moments of Gwen near throttling her brother for wandering off on his own. The boys explained exactly what had happened to them. Gwen was full of excitement about this mysterious book with all these mysteries about the town, secret supernatural information. She was extremely excited about the mystery to be solved. She was almost as excited about that as she was nervous about what that monster watch was doing to her brother. She felt much more of a need to focus on that, needling Ben with question after question that he didn't really have an answer to. Eventually, as the four got to the doors of the mystery shack, they agreed to test the thing tomorrow, especially because Gwen knew her brother, and she knew there was no way he was going to agree not to use it. The door to the shack swung open, only to reveal their grandfather and uncle just sitting, watching one another like they had gotten through a particularly tough conversation. The pair of them honestly barely noticed the four stepping back into the shack, so taking advantage of that, they scurried to bed as quick as possible. The last thing they wanted was to get in trouble. The next day came faster than anyone expected. Other than the work that Dipper and Mabel had to do at the mystery shack, things went relatively smooth. It wasn't long before they were back out in the woods testing things out. 10 aliens. That was what Ben was capable of transforming into. 10-minute time limit for each alien with a recharge time of 5. Dipper studiously recorded the details of every form that Ben had turned into in the latter pages of the journal, but there was only so much he could manage to do on such a short time span. That and the fact that Ben and Mabel would goof off for about half the time for each transformation really hindered things. Between Mabel arm wrestling forearms, roasting marshmallows on heat blast, riding stinkfly above the trees, there wasn't much time to actually test the limits,